She and her husband invited friends over for a party, but suddenly her husband got a phone call. When he came back, he got into a big argument with someone. She sensed something was wrong and rushed over to break it up because the other person was her husband's boss. The two of them got into a heated argument. Suddenly her husband hit the woman. She froze on the spot. Her husband was quickly pulled away by a friend, leaving her standing there helpless. The guests didn't seem affected at all. Feeling wrong, she went back to her room. Only her mother-in-law came over, but she urged her to keep up appearances, saying there were still guests outside. That night her husband slept soundly, but the woman stayed awake all night. The next day her husband acted as usual, complaining about what happened with his boss, saying he had lost any hope of promotion, and now didn't know how to face his co-workers. He went on, but never once mentioned the slap. Facing her rambling husband, the woman suddenly felt drained. She had once been a hopeful housewife, proud of her husband's successful career. She took care of him often after marriage, and had a great relationship with her mother-in-law. She checked her mother-in-law's blood sugar every day, but ever since that slap, everything had quietly changed. The woman still did her daily routines, but she became absent-minded. After a long time, her husband finally noticed something was off, so he took her to a restaurant to eat, but he kept complaining non-stop. The woman wasn't in the mood, and in the end, her husband still didn't apologize. He didn't even think the slap mattered. That was something the woman couldn't accept, because if she allowed that slap, it would mean she'd have to accept every slap from then on. In the end, she decided to go back to her parents' home to reflect on their marriage. Her husband shoved a coat at her, impatiently telling her to stop throwing a tantrum, but the woman told him she was serious. Her husband still didn't take it seriously. Her family reacted differently to her return. Her brother thought the slap was no big deal. Her mother also thought she shouldn't have come back. Only her father stepped in to ease the tension. He was very happy to see his daughter come home. Meanwhile, her husband's life started falling apart. He felt humiliated that his wife had returned to her parents, so he came looking for her, but not to apologize or admit fault. He simply pulled out a necklace. His wife was very disappointed. Her husband complained he already had too much to deal with, and as a wife, she shouldn't trouble him over such a small thing, but his wife didn't see it that way. Their values clashed severely. Her husband stood up from his chair, complaining it was just a slap, and saying she could slap him now if she wanted. The woman couldn't take it anymore. She angrily told him this was not the outcome she wanted, but her husband gave her a final deadline, because this was about his family's honor.